Hi there, how's it going? Good afternoon. Welcome to beautiful Port Douglas, about an hour's drive north of Cairns, here in Queensland, Australia. As you can see, not an amazing beach here, kind of muddy-ish, and the tide is out. But there are two very good reasons why, regardless of the beauty of the beach and the water, it is not advised to swim around here. Stinging jellyfish and crocodiles. The jellyfish are very serious, potentially deadly, and likely very, very painful. They only are a problem about 6 months out of the year during the summer months. It is currently early April here, going into autumn, and so I guess that they will be dying out, and then they aren't a problem through the winter. Not exactly a winter here in the tropics, but it gets a little bit cooler. But the crocodiles are year-round. They don't go away, and as I showed in my last video, they are freaking menacing. You do not mess with a saltwater crocodile or any sort of crocodile. They are beautiful, very, very dangerous and sneaky creatures. So I will be going next to the 4 Mile Beach, which is really beautiful. Apparently, I haven't seen it yet. It is very close to here, but you can't swim there. First, going to walk through the very nice, very swanky Port Douglas town here. Give a little taste of the restaurants and shops. My rooms are right down here, and as you can see, very nice and a very reasonable price. I'm wondering if the prices go up a lot in high season in the middle of summer, but really a perfect room there. And then you have easy access to all of the restaurants and everything. As you can see, it is pretty quiet right now. People are out exploring. It is a Monday, and I would assume it is going into kind of the lower season. You can imagine this place must be packed at various times. Shopping area here. Clothing, tours, etc. Thai massage. Alright, so you get the idea. Time to hop in my rental car up ahead here, get rolling, go see more of the area around here. I will be going to the Mossman Gorge, but I will not be going to all of the places to see around here. I'm not in the mood for a big day of driving, so just going to poke around fairly close to town here. The Mossman Gorge is about 20 minutes away. And if you're curious about the massage prices, here we go. So 1 hour, 95, 95, 99, 105, around $100. Now that is Australian dollars, and so that is more like $60 to $70 US per hour. As you can see, I still haven't dealt with the effects of the vicious bird attack in Cairns. I parked it overnight and woke up in the morning and birds had converged. So, here we have 4 Mile Beach. Looks very, very lovely, but as you can see, not many people on it, but a few. However, it is in the safe zone. A net underneath the white thing there to keep the crocs out. Stretching out there, curving around the bay. I guess that's 4 miles to there. Doesn't really look like it, but must be. So as I showed in my last video, in which I went to the Hartley's crocodile farm and saw a crocodile attack demonstration by a man who was trained with crocodiles, then basically they like to hide under the water's edge. They have that very convenient feature of their nostrils at the ends of their nose, and therefore they can be completely submerged underwater, breathing just with their little nostrils sticking up there. You don't see them. You walk close enough and they suddenly move, and basically if you're within about 20 feet or 6 meters of the water's edge, you are in the danger zone. No swimming, marine stingers. It doesn't mention crocs here, but I was under the impression they were possible here as well. And so if you're within, 20 feet, this is probably about 20 feet or so here, then they can get you. Now, the important thing to keep in mind with crocodiles is that they are water creatures. You aren't going to come across them like wandering through the jungle or the rainforest. So if you just stay away from the water, then you're basically safe. But a real shame, of course, to not be able to make use of that very lovely looking ocean water there. Tomorrow I am flying to Brisbane. Looking forward to it. They don't have the crocs there, so you can make full use of the beaches. Also, I think that the jellyfish are not an issue there. So you get the idea. Long, very nice beach, and a good taste of the gorgeous tropical palm tree paradise here. So let's keep on cruising, hop in the tarred and feathered rental car there, and go see more of the area around Port Douglas here. Walkway to Lookout. There's the car parked there. So I was just searching online and discovered that one of the main things to do here is the hike to the lookout, and I am parked right there already. So let's do that first and then head for Mossman. It is about a mile hike, I guess. And looks like it's gonna be an intense one. Already going steep uphill. Somebody forgot their water bottle. They must be thirsty. Okay, Flagstaff Hill walking trail. So we are there, and it's gonna go along here. Okay, that's funny. It's going to end where I started the video. So let's just go like halfway or something to one of the viewpoints. And out there, straight north, Papua New Guinea. Also, you have the northernmost point of Australia, more up there, a few hours drive. Tomorrow, flight at 2 in the afternoon. So we'll just get out of here, drive back down to Cairns. And then looking forward to Brisbane and the Gold Coast. Not sure how long I'm going to stay there. So I have a decision to make because I have a flight out of Sydney on April 8th. That is in like 5 days. So I'll have to decide whether to take that flight or maybe book another one because it is going to Fiji, direct flight, very cheap, like $200, about 3 hours. But from Brisbane, I will have to get down to Sydney to catch the flight. And so that will involve either another flight or renting a car and dropping it, which will be expensive, or a bus or train. And so I'll end up paying something for all those. Let's go up and hopefully get an ultimate viewpoint. So I will get there and decide what to do. But the flights from Brisbane and Gold Coast are about the same cost as flights from Sydney going direct to Fiji. So that is an option. Just don't catch that Sydney flight. Won't get a refund. But I'm gonna spend money either way. And so maybe I'll just go with that. And the advantage is I can then pick another date and maybe stay in Australia a few days longer. Just get there to Brisbane, scope it out, decide how long I want to stay there. But looks like there's a lot to see in that area. You can also just drive up here. There's the viewpoint. Now we are here. I think that I will probably call this good for this hike and just walk back down and head for Mossman Gorge and the Shannon Vale swimming spot. So this is Flagstaff Hill. Established as a port for the gold fields of the inland, a party of Cooktown businessmen arrived on the SS Korea June 30th, 1877, and soon a wharf and stores were erected. It was named Port Douglas after John Douglas, the Premier of Queensland, taken before 1900.
Everyone? Is there enough room on this side of me for you to hop in? No. Really?
Welcome to the Wet Tropics World Heritage Area, Mossman Gorge. So the Wet Tropics World Heritage Area is this whole stretch of the coast. So here we are, Port Douglas, Cairns. So that is an hour drive. So it is a several hours drive region along there. There we are, just outside of Port Douglas, Mossman. So I'm not quite sure how it works here. I guess you have to buy a ticket. Alright, so the way that it works is you walk into this building here, you buy a ticket, $14 Australian, that's about $10. Then you come out here, shuttle bus, and it's just like a 5-minute ride. They go every 15 minutes, so easy peasy. You need my ticket?
The tickets are sold inside.
Yep, I got a ticket, but you need to see it?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question is, where did I put it? There we go.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay.
And then just go.
So I guess that guy is leading a tour or something. So let's get ahead of the crowds. There are these hiking trails. I guess you can hike around for a couple hours if you want. Must not be any or many deadly things in here. Could be poisonous spiders or whatever, venomous. But they're letting you just hike around as you like, so can't be too risky, I guess. And then I guess this is basically the hike to Mossman Gorge, where there will be swimming spots and more. Let's find out. A really beautiful, lush rainforest jungle. Not sure of the exact distinction between rainforest and jungle, Probably there is a kind of specific scientific sort of a definition delineating the two, but I guess maybe it's more rainforest than jungle here. Wow, looks lovely. So various hikes going off in different directions. This is a dead end to a lookout. The source of the Mossman River is high on the Main Coast Range and the Carbine Tableland. These mountains intercept moisture-laden winds coming in from the ocean, causing large amounts of rain to fall in the catchment area. This helps to maintain the rainforests, there you go, and feed the Mossman River. Let's go take a swim. Australia has the best swimming spots. These are just perfect. But it's also a little bit crowded. Let's continue up the trail and see if there are some other spots. Coming to a bridge, Rex Creek Bridge. So Rex Creek flowing into the Mossman River. Very bouncy. One and a half hours to complete this 2.4 kilometer circuit. Huh, I mean, that's like a mile and a half. You can do that in 30 minutes. Maybe it's very steep, maybe they mean because you're going to stop and take a swim along the way. Let's find out. The peak in view is called Manjal Dimbi by the Kuku Yalanji. Roughly translated, the words mean mountain holding back, as the large humanoid rock represents Kubiri, who came to the aid of the Kuku. Yalanji, when they were persecuted by an evil spirit, were Rumbu. Kubiri holds back the evil spirit, who is now confined to the bluff. Manjal Dimbi has been anglicized to Mount Demi, and Kubiri is known as the Good Shepherd. So there's a mountain. The Kuku-Yulanji language group who live in the region obtain much of their food and other requirements from the rainforest. Timber for fire sticks, spears, woomeras, and boomerang came from forest trees. Sap from some trees was used to stupefy fish, and many animals were hunted. 2Ks. Wow. This is awesome. I love hearing the cicadas, whatever that is, echoing through the rainforest. kind of eerie, especially in this lower lighting. It's a little bit cloudy, but also it's just because it's so thick, not much light gets down here. Jarankal. Strangler figs can begin life in the canopy if a seed germinates on an upper branch of an established tree. Other fig trees make a conventional start from ground level, for example the trunk-fruiting variegated fig. Ripe figs are important to many animals including various parrots, pigeons, cuckoos, fruit bats, and possums. And back at the beginning, that took exactly 30 minutes, so not an hour and a half. Along the way, I changed into my swim trunks. I'm actually glad that I didn't swim before. Well, you could swim both on the way there and the way back, but I'm glad that I will be taking the swim at the end after getting all dirty and sweaty. All right. Let's get in the water. Yeah. So, I wanted to clarify something. That expression. All right. Somebody commented under my latest video, or a recent video, about liking the Matthew McConaughey expression. That is not a Matthew McConaughey expression. It is a Jim Morrison expression. So, there is the album An American Prayer, The Doors. It is posthumously released after Jim Morrison died. It is like spoken poetry, some random Doors music, live shows, etc. And Jim Morrison is on stage and he says to the crowd, all right, all right, all right, all right. Hey, listen, do any of you people believe in astrology? I don't. I think it's a bunch of BS myself. So that's the full thing. Whoop, getting swept downstream. Now, when the person posted that comment about Matthew McConaughey, I started to reply and was explaining that actually isn't a Matthew McConaughey expression on my part anyways, it is Jim Morrison. And so I decided to look on YouTube and see if I could find footage of him saying that. Didn't find it, probably it doesn't exist. That would have been, 68 or whatever. But the first video that popped up in the search was Matthew McConaughey explaining how he got that expression. It's hilarious, and it is from Jim Morrison. So he was getting ready for the acting in Dazed and Confused, the movie, like his breakthrough role, and one of my sort of not favorite movies, but I like the movie and I saw it in the theater. I like the director, Richard Linklater, did various other sort of alternative, young 1990s type of movies. Before Sunset, Before Sunrise, that whole series, and one filmed in Austin, Slacker. And I was working in a Subway sandwich shop in Austin, Texas, and one of the guys from that movie, Slacker, walked in and I recognized him and told him and talked with him, and he was actually the guy from the movie. Anyways, getting off track. And so in the video clip, then Matthew McConaughey is at a talk show and is explaining how he came up with a phrase, where he found it, and he says that while rehearsing for the role in Dazed and Confused, he was trying to capture this cool guy character, and he just came up with that expression from having heard it in the Jim Morrison Doors album. And so that is where it comes from. It is Jim Morrison. Matthew McConaughey stole it. But fine with me. He did a good job. Let's get underwater.